Hello, my name is Betsy Bond. I am the president and owner of Bonding Change, a boutique consulting firm specializing in change management. I've been working for over 25 years, leading very complex change projects for organizations, and have worked on many, many different projects over the years. Recently, one of our longtime clients came to us asking for support on a particular project. Not something that we would always do, but not very not a task that we all had the skill set for. It was a self-paced online learning program, very important project for this client, all about their corporate culture. So here's some of the facts about the project. So the client had some content, but it was out of date and incomplete. They had previously delivered all of this content, all live, sort of in classroom style. It needed a lot of development in terms of new content. It was going to be used for all employees within the organization, and it had to be completely online, completely self-paced, very interactive, and learning focused. And of course, they needed all that content in a particular format, a Scrum format, for which is compatible for their learning management system. The challenge was this: we accepted the project because I had somebody on the team who knew how to do the work, who knew how to create the files in this right format. And then, unfortunately, they left the organization a bit unexpectedly, so now we had to fill this skill gap. The deadline was fast approaching, so we needed a solution. So Tim Patras joined us as a virtual employee in 2021. He'd been supporting a great variety of administrative tasks, and all of them were very non-technical in nature. He was always willing to help, willing to learn, and would do whatever it took to provide quality work, which was always very appreciated. But, for this project, I thought maybe I should approach Tim and see if he might be interested. And he wasn't at all daunted by trying something completely new, something that was completely off script for the job he was hired. He immediately said yes. And then this is what happened next. So I shared with him a Scrum compatible tool that he could use to create the work. I developed the new content, got some approvals from the client, but it was just in a very rough PowerPoint. A lot of notes and details there. I was exceptionally busy, so I didn't even have time to help Tim to learn this new tool. He just had to do it all on his own, but he took the content, he began working on it. He did a lot of self-study, online research, watched videos, looked at examples, and before long he was creating this program. He offered many different variations on designs to give us opportunity to say, yes, I like that one, not that one. And as soon as we gave him feedback on those designs, he would put it into practice. He sourced images. He really found ways to bring the content to life, which was wonderful. Regarding the technical aspect of it, there was a lot of complex programming needed. It would be things like click here and everything on the screen changes, but click over here and only one line changes. And the changes could be color changes. It could be images appearing, disappearing. It was quite a lot. And maybe that doesn't sound too complex, but in the context of someone that's never used this technology before and never designed this kind of a program before and didn't know the subject matter, I thought it was pretty impressive. And Tim was quite literally just starting completely from scratch with no prior experience. He was very open to feedback throughout the whole process. It was very new to him, and I shared lots of suggestions. Try this, try that. How about this? Okay, maybe we do it this way. And not once did he, bat an eye at that. He just kept digging in and trying it the new way. Also, by the time he was done, he had created over 100 scenes, over 100 pages of different content, each page with different interactions and various videos and great features like fading images, and it was all very professionally designed. Then he went on to test the entire thing, checking for little typos that I might have put in the content, or just clicking everywhere to make sure everything was just right. And then the client was really busy, so when they finally got around to testing it and checking it, they loved it, but they had feedback. They wanted to change this and tweak that and add a word here and change an image there. And immediately Tim was on it and helping. But also sometimes that was at a very short deadline, a quick turnaround. And he even stayed after his shift and gave me some extra hours to get things done, which was just absolutely fabulous at going above and beyond the call of duty. I feel he just went above and beyond for what he was hired for. Not just that he did a good job, but he literally did something he wasn't hired for. And not many people would be so brave, I feel, to do something that was so foreign to them, that needed to be of the top quality, and had a very tight deadline. So I say, well done, Tim. Thanks for all you've done, and thanks for being such a great addition to our team.